So welcome again to the 27th Irish Open Championships by Seismic, live from the Leisureplex in Dublin, Ireland. Last squad of qualifying. And the last chance saloon for some of the players to break into the finals, and also for some to make it to the top 6 and earn the buys. On the featured pair in front of us, John Chu, Sam Rose, Craig Farr and Pat Hackett. Welcome back to everybody on the chat.
Ooh, almost pocket 7-10 for Sam there.
Yeah, Sam was bowling first arrow a minute ago. Where did he bowl then? I never actually watched it. He was zipping it down first arrow. Not seen anybody play first arrow yet.
No.
That doesn't mean
the ladies, but
sorry,
the ladies, but the lads.
yeah.
We're all playing way in. 3, 4, even 5 I've seen.
And Sam picks up his spare. Be interesting to see if Sam does stay on the outside and how it works. He's a player that gets a lot of revs on the ball.
Like a lot of guys here now. Chewy doesn't give a lot. We have, Jason on lanes 1 and 2. We will get him again on 9 and 10 today.
Yeah, nice if he gets another 300. Ooh, Chewy hits a pocket. Gets a strike. So 6 games away, and we'll find out the final qualifying scores, and then we've got the Desperado. And we'll see how many enter. How many do you think are going to enter?
A lot.
A lot. More than 30?
Yeah, I think 25, 30. We will see.
We certainly will. So John Chu.
I may be thinking about it if this squad is a really high scoring squad.
Yeah. Yeah, going to be working.
I'm sitting now around 70, so yeah. I got only 10 of. Yeah.
How many can go past you?
10.
10. You don't want any more than 10.
No. Yeah, there are some like Chewy and Jason already above me, so yeah. Oh, a lot of them are already above
60
me.
players on the lanes, so yeah, there's every chance. So John Chu starts with an open frame, then a strike. Sam Rose with a spare strike. Craigie Farr with a couple of spares, and Pat Hackett with a spare strike. Keep your comments on the chat coming in. Welcome to Femkiss. Welcome back to Mudgy. Welcome Paul Newton and Supermo.
Oh.
And Offshunan's been there all day, but not come on the chat and said hello. So as we said, the last squad of
That
qualifying.
was Selwyn. That was Selwyn again.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice shot from Chewy there.
Yeah, double. Swishing Messenger.
Almost got a 7-10, but he fell down.
There's something rewarding about a messenger though, isn't there, when you get a really good messenger?
Yeah, like a really fast one, or shooting 1, 2 or 3 finds over the deck.
Be nice to have a 300 with 12 messengers.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Well, I think you were just after 2, 3.
Everybody be saying, "Oh, that would have been rubbish." What are you on about? Right. The messenger's probably the best shot you can throw. I think, anyway. Yeah. It looks good. Some would argue 10 in the pit's the way forward. If you knock all 10 into the pit, then that's a good shot.
Yeah. I got a lot of them today, but in the first 3 games. But after that,
did you see that video from the World Championships with Bill O'Neill?
Yeah. Flush pocket. Hey,
pin
4
falls
pin.
and then bung, back up again.
4 pin.
that's an example of the way people like to promote bowling, though. Instead of it being like a 300 that gets promoted, it's a mistake or something weird, or that's the thing that goes viral. So about 4 frames in so far. I'm just waiting for all the players to settle. See if we see any runs of strikes. So Chewy adds another strike for a double, and oh, trips out a 4 pin for a turkey. So let's have a look at Sam Rose now, lane 10. Let's see where he's playing. He was playing outside during practice. Well, that first arrow, zipping it into the pocket. Let's see where he plays here. Wearing Rupert the Bear trousers. Simon with me here, can't keep his eyes off the score. He's sweating over a position, yeah, so he's playing fairly outside, is Sam. Gets a turkey. We presume the pictures and the sound are coming through okay for everybody now? Your commentary team for this squad is Simon Shepherd from Dutch Bowling TV and myself, Dom Gall from TalkTemping.net.
We have someone on lanes 13 and 14 starting 4. From 4?
Yeah, Julian, I can't see his second name from here. Vistox, is it? Visox? Chewy on a turkey and Sam Rose on a turkey. Robert Lynn starts a run of strikes on 7 and 8 with a couple of spares and 3 in a row.
Hey, Mo. I'm right here.
Yeah, say hello to him yourself, getting me to do your work for you. Mo.
Yeah, met Mo at the 50+ tournament in Nieuwegein last summer.
Ah, right. Yeah, Simon loves a bit of senior bowling. So Sam Rose up again on lane 9. And he's moved inside now. Leaves a single pin.
Will you coming back to the tournament in Nieuwegein? I hope so. I hope we will do a live stream again. And maybe we'll even go to Belgium next year.
Why not?
It's 2 weeks after that, so.
Not sure what my next stream is. Maybe Malta if I'm lucky enough to get the call again this year.
Yeah. You will.
Hopefully. So yeah, whilst we're on about Malta, if you bowlers out in Europe want to play any tournaments this year, we do advise you consider the Malta Open. If you're at that level where you would like a little bit of a European experience in a fun, friendly and competitive environment, then Malta is definitely one of the best options for that. If you would like to play an EBT in the future, we would always advise that you don't just go straight in there. You maybe play one of the European events that's not an EBT. Just get yourself some experience before you go in and enter the lion's den, so to speak. Having said that, a lot of players over the years have gone in cold into an EBT and done quite well. Stu Williams, for instance, his first event was in Barcelona, and he had a deal with his dad. His dad wanted him to get a job, and Stu compromised by winning the tournament and becoming a pro bowler. It can be done. Which gives me the feeling that this year Kira Ray might do the same. This is her first EBT, and she is probably the hottest property we've got at the moment in the female game in UK. I just got a feeling that she's maybe going to pick up the female title this year. But then Amanda is going to have something to say about that. Amanda Larkin.
Yeah, maybe Lisa John.
Sorry?
Lisa?
Oh, Lisa John, yeah. Yeah, she's... If you're going to win this, you probably want to beat Lisa John to win it. And then you know you've earned your place. But looking at the women up the top, Amanda Larkin in 3rd. And then Kira Ray in 24th. Heidi Thorstensen in 41st. In 42nd, Tanya Yusuf. Lisa Rees in 45th. Amy Kelleher in 47th. And
48th.
Chelsea Vandela in 48th. Andrea Hansen in 57th. And they're the women that are currently inside the cut. Danny Opcroft just floating outside, but she's on this squad.
What's the cut at the moment for the top 80 to 58?
Yeah, 58 over. I think that's going to go up to about 76 or...
Yeah, because we have a lot of
78, maybe.
78, 76, 76, 78. And then we have a little gap to 84.
I think Jos might be the cut. Jos Bakker on 78 over. David Keogh starting to string the strikes together, 47 in the 3rd, and then a 4-bagger. On your featured pair, John Chu on 93 in the 5th with a double working. Craig Farr 119 with a double working. Sam Rose on 139 in the 6th with a spare. And Pat Hackett with 103 in the 6th, also with a spare. Supermo out there on the chat says, yeah, hi Simon, see you in Holland. And yes, we will be there. You owe me a tea, he says. And
oh.
Yeah. And he also says, if I win the lottery tonight, I'll have you everywhere, Dom. Ooh, Hey, if you win the lottery, Mo, you spend your money on better things than getting me out to stream tournaments. You could afford Sky Sports to do it for you. I think if I won the lottery, I wouldn't touch bowling again. That'd be me. I'd be going to Mars or something, or just shopping every day. But yeah, once that worn off, I'd be back doing what I do. So the top 5 at the moment. It's been the top 5 for a while now. Chris Sloan in 1st, Glenn Morton Pedersen from Norway in 2nd, Amanda Larkin in 3rd, Sigbjørn Eid in 4th now, Ron Hurt in 5th. So some slight changes at the top. Sigbjorn and Ron have entered the fray in the top 5. But a host of good players up there at the top. And we'll know very shortly who has made it through. Supermorph, he says he needs somebody that knows all the bowlers. I know quite a few of the English ones, but I'm not too clued up on all the European senior bowlers. A few of them, but yeah, you get that education by streaming a couple of events, and you start to remember who's who. And it was kind of the same when I started streaming the adult events. There's plenty of people I didn't know, even though I knew quite a few. Every tournament you meet new people. You end up with a bigger Facebook list.
Yep.
I don't know about Facebook, but I closed my account for a while, or I was going to cancel it and get rid of it. And I think I had about 2,000 people on my friends list, and then when I got back to it, it got rid of 1,000. So if you're not on my friends list than you were before, it's not that I got rid of you. So Sam Rose, 159 in the 7th with a double, 159 in the 8th for John Chu with a spare. .176 in the 9th for Craig Farr. David Keoghd's another one for 5 in a row on lane 11 and 12. And Steve Kay actually struggling in this first game. He was flying early on in the previous squad. He's gone 8 spare, 6 spare, 7 split spare, 9 miss, 9 spare, 8 miss, and a strike.
Notice Kristen. Steve K is on lane 12, first guy. 9 miss, 2 strikes, 8 spare, strike, 7 spare, and 9 spare.
Oh no, I've looked at I'm not on about. I looked at it wrong. I looked at Kristin Loffman's. Yeah, but yeah, he's doing a bit better than Steve. You know when you've seen a lot of scores for a few days and every score blends into the same though, and
Yep.
you end up squinting looking at them. 211 then for Chatters, Lee Chatfield. 181 for Daniel Balsam. I think he's a UK student bowler. I remember the name. I've seen the name on university bowling pages, I'm sure. If it's the one I think it is, it's nice to see the university players coming out into the real world of bowling. We'll get a look at Lisa John shortly. She's down on 15 and 16, yeah. Kira Ray down on 17 and 18. Exciting little player she is. Robert Lind's going to finish with a 235 with a strike. And Runa Marken Fredriksson has just about struck out for a 232. 232. David Keogh adds another one for 6 in a row. Frames 4 through 9.
It's pretty busy at the bowling now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of people at the back watching.
Everybody wakes up from last night.
Yeah.
I heard some stories. Some people were at the hotel at 5 even 6 in
I
the
don't
morning.
know.
I was at breakfast at 7.
You got to love professional bowlers, haven't you? That's what makes this tournament what it is. It is a tale of two tournaments. You've got the players working hard on the lanes and the players working hard in the bars. A great social event, this one. I've been lucky enough to see some of that in action this week. Kind of purposely stayed away from the pub after the bowling, just to make sure we got some sleep ready for the next day's play. But come Sunday night, the presentation, the after party, that's where the legendary tales begin, I believe.
Yep.
But
Same as for Malta.
Yeah, true. Yep. 2:47 for Sam Rose. Although Malta this year, I went to the presentation and then I went to bed. I was done.
Yeah.
It had been a long, hard week for me.
We went through to 4, 5, something.
Yeah, just steady then.
And brought on Monday the doubles. It's a fun little extra tournament after the big event.
Yeah.
A double event.
It's very popular, is that doubles tournament?
Yeah, 30 quid each.
Yeah.
60 for doubles. So.
Yeah, it's a nice little bit of money to be won as well. Chris
Yeah.
Van Dam loves a bit of doubles afterwards. He usually either makes the finals of the main event and then...
Because Becker won the last year, the double.
All right.
Got 450, I think. So yeah, a little bit of payment for the weekend.
We've got this lane finish. We'll just spin it onto the other camera. Yeah, we've got a frame or so to go. So we'll go off to a commercial break and we'll be back very shortly. So don't go away.
Where's everybody at? Man, this guy comes all this way and he's not even here. What is going on? It's empty. What in the world? Yo, let me in, man. Let me in. Let me in. What's in the box? Hey, what's in the box? Yo, anybody got a key to this room? What's going on?
Hey, I'm just kidding, Sean. It's your new ball.
Oh, cool, thank you. Hey Seismic fans, I'm really excited, as I always am, about any new release from Seismic Bowling. This ball is called the Photon. It's a departure from what we've seen in the past with Seismic Bowling. It's a low flare ball, it's got a super high RG. So I was curious, Ryan, what was the philosophy when making this ball?
Okay, so with the Photon, we were looking for a ball in the arsenal that was a little bit milder, more for lighter oil conditions, as the shot moves inside, as the shot breaks down. Or like today, where the surface of the lane is a little bit higher friction, and you want a ball that's going to push down the lane more, grab hard in the back end, like you would see with a symmetric core ball, but we wanted that in an asymmetric core ball so that you're still getting the heavy roll in the back end through the pins that you would see from an asymmetric core ball. So with the Photon, we took our fastest revving core, the horn core, we raised the RG, lowered the differential, which is going to decrease the overall flare, but kept the mass bias at about half of what we've seen in all the rest of the horn cores. So what you're going to see on the lanes is pretty good push down the lane, not too much mid lane, but it's still going to roll very strongly through the end of the mid lane, onto the back end, and through the pins, and that's going to increase your carry, increase your score.
Wow, that sounds great. Hey, let's go see what it looks like on the lane.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
And welcome back to the 27th Irish Open live from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. Just about to start
And
game 2. Supermo saying Sam Rose wearing Roger Peters trousers, Rupert the Bear trousers. Rupert's were the yellow, weren't they? Yellow with black check on them, I think. So here we go again for game 2. We'll get a look who we've got on the featured pair now. We've got Daniel Alley, Roger Lindstad, Miriam Lindgaard and Andris Darins. Also close by we've got David Angus, Joel Seabrook, Matthew Forsyth and Jordan Nutt. Lee Chatfield, Daniel Balsam, Runar Marken Fredriksson and Robert Lind. Mudge asking, is it true Chris Van Dam has retired from bowling completely? I think that is true. He's definitely taken a break. I think he got a little bit disillusioned with the senior tour from what I understand. The 10-pin tour, whatever it's called. He was in Malta, but you could see he'd not played much leading into Malta. He wasn't the same player we all know. Struggled a little bit. But it's a shame really, because Van Dam is as good as it gets in senior bowling really. He's the benchmark. But I don't think a lot of the seniors will be missing him. They've got a chance to win some tournaments when he's not in the field. The only man to have won the Malta Senior Open and the Adult Senior Open. And if anyone wears wacky trousers, it's definitely Chris Van Dam. I particularly like the patchwork quilt ones, the ones that are all kind of different. The orange ones are nice as well. But we invented that when we were kids. We used to wear it. We used to call them acid trousers. Remember when all the shell suits came out and they had some acid-coloured, well, look like bowling balls nowadays. But we used to wear them. We kind of started a bit of a trend around the UK wearing them. Paul Delaney had a pair. Paul Loberman. Scott Banks and myself. But we can't lay claim to inventing crazy trousers. I think everybody knows that the one person that wore crazy pants over the years was Guppy Troop on the PBA tour. Who, interesting enough, we've posed this on one of our streams before, Guppy Troop is actually Scottish. He was born in Edinburgh. So technically, the first person to win a PBA title was a Scotsman. Yeah, you heard it here. So the first British person to win a PBA title was a Scotsman. As we all know, the first English was Stu Williams, and then about half an hour later it was Don Barrett for the second one. Paul Moore is now the third player to have won a PBA title, having picked up the Brunswick Ballmaster a week or so ago in Finland. And hopefully the first Irish winner is likely to be young Mr. Sloan, if he carries on his rise through the ranks. He's different gravy at the moment, is young Sloan. He's like a sponge, his coach Brian Michael says. In fact, they're up at Alsa at the moment, just going through drills and working on timing. And that's the kind of dedication you need, really, if you want to win a tournament. It's go to another place and practice while the tournament's on. But we'll see how he does. It's he wouldn't be the first player to go out in the next round with 1500. Matt Hann did it a couple of years ago. I've seen it a few times. The guy that's leading qualifying doesn't always win the event. So just because you post 6 good games in qualifying doesn't actually mean that the job is done. Scores are 0'd, I believe, going into the finals.
Is it true that Chris Van Dam has retired from bowling completely?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I think he has.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was speaking to him at the Malta Open this year, and he had no plans to play anything in the future. As far as I'm concerned, though, if I was going to play the seniors, he's another man that I wouldn't want to give pins, especially not 10 pins. Can you imagine giving Chris Van Dam 10 or 15 pins?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
You would lose.
You would lose, yeah. You could give him. You could have 25 pins in front yourself and probably not beat him.
Even if he is trailing by 20-25, he will catch you.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, former British Open winner amongst all these other European titles. Dion Adams says, what happens to the featured lane? Much better view. Yeah, we're on it now. And Castro Wilson, how do? All right, Wilson, how are you doing? Good to have you on. I've not seen anybody bowling with red sparkly balls, but there was a nice blue one with a motive sign on it the other day. Don't know which one it was. We're getting the cream of bowling on the chat this week. We've had Basher Bomfield come on it, and now Castro Wilson. We are honoured. The last squad of qualifying. Last chance saloon for some of them. But not really, when you got the Desperado and the one game wonder can get you through. Modgy says, I did it in Gibraltar final and felt very hard done by, giving a world-class bowler 10 pins game start. And Wilson says, good work as always, son. Cheers, mate. I do want to get Basher into some live streaming. I think Badass should do streaming, and we should have you, Castro, and Basher doing commentary, and then we'll have one of them parental advisory signs on the stream. Not for the faint-hearted. A little bit of Sky fan commentary. What do you think, mate? We'd have to have a few disclaimers as well. We'd have to have lawyers at the back just checking what we were saying as well.
Yeah. Beeping stuff out.
So Jojo Alsibrook with a spare and a double just to the side of us on 7 and 8. Not really sure what she had first game. She's only thrown one block so far, and she's outside the cut, isn't she, is Jo, I think?
No, she's in.
Was she in the cut?
Yeah,
I never saw her name. Let's have a quick look now. Oh yeah, Jo Alsibrook 30th. 13:45, so yeah, she's safely in. Probably just playing for the practice more than anything. She'll have put in for 2 squads.
And the most bowlers have 2 squads because of the entry package.
The deal, yeah, 155 euros. Castro Wilson on the chat saying, I can behave. Yeah, right. It would be pretty funny though, wouldn't it, G? We'll have to do it sometime. So just coming halfway through this second game. Nobody in the middle of the house setting the world on fire other than Jo Alsibrook with the spare turkey. There might be some. Oh, who's that? The stringer strikes on 5 and 6. Who's that? Top score. That's Jamie.
Yep.
Defending champion, Jamie Bottomley. Castro says it's a shame the chat takes a few minutes to catch up. Yeah, can we make it a bit more instant, the chat? Is it just because it runs for a while?
Yeah, and there's a delay on the stream as well. From a minute, I think. Or something.
There's always a delay on the stream, and it gets longer towards the...
And the stream and the chat is, live.
Yeah. Oh, Andis Darins with a spare and 4-bagger on the featured pair in front of us. Jamie Bottomley adds another one. 5 in a row for the left-hander, defending champion, who almost didn't get here. I'm looking forward to interviewing the female winner this year, because one of the questions is going to be, are you having a baby next year? Zara Giles in 2013 and Hayley Rumkey in 2014 won the tournament. Following year, got pregnant, had a baby. So maybe there's something in the Irish water.
Yep.
Maybe they shouldn't have gone to Boland's for the after party.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. Well, 12 months, 9. Yeah.
We know of 2. We know Cassie's not had a baby yet. But some of the other ones might have done. Hard to say. We know Lisa John didn't in 2001. So Jojo Alsibrook, 4 in a row after the spare. And Andis Darins on 5 in a row after 8 spare. Just the 1-300 so far, bowled yesterday by Jason Agate. On the featured pair as well. And everyone flush in the pocket. keep your questions and comments and stuff coming in on the chat. Who do you think's going to win this year? Who do you want to win? I'm going to give you my predictions right now. I'm going to say Kira Ray for the female, and I know it's an obvious choice, but I'm going to go with Sloane this year. I think he's...
Yeah, Sloane or Glenn.
I think he's the man to beat, put it that way. The only man that's going to beat him at the moment is him.
Yeah, Glenn Moore Peterson has a good shot at also, so maybe...
Who?
Glenn.
Yeah.
Moore
Pedersen definitely is going to be up there.
He started with 290, 289 yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Failing that, my backup winners would be definitely Amanda Larkin. Just looking down the field a little bit for any surprises. My outsider is Billy Nimick from Northern Ireland. I don't know why, but he had a 290 and a 278 in his block. So there's flashes of genius there. And I had a 176 and a 187 in the block, but...
And don't forget Brian.
Who?
Brian Voss.
Oh, well, Brian Voss. You discount him at your peril, don't you? I'm kind of hoping he don't win it so that we can get him on the stream to do the commentary. No disrespect, Brian, if you're watching. Mr. Legend, sir. But yeah, as far as we're concerned with the production, it'd be nice to have somebody like Brian Voss commentate on the final with another player. We'll see who's available towards the end of the tournament. Castro says, oh, Joanne to win. Joe Alsibrook, and he's going to go for the Voss. What about the rest of you out there? Who do you think, as we enter the last few games of qualifying, who do you think is going to win? Or who do you want to win? They would join a stellar list of names over the years. Chris Buck, Steve Gomersall, Del Delaney, Marcel van der Bosch, Nico Tiempon, Jeff Buck, Nut Hansen, Tora Torgerson, Thomas Lee Anderson, Matthias Erup, Peter Arlen, Wim van der Veen, Paul Evans, Stu Williams, Paul Moore, Don Barrett, Nick Froggatt, Brian Voss, Barry Foley and Jamie Bottomley. And in the women, Kimberly Coote, Gina Wardle, Pauline Smith, Tracy Dew, Anne Jacobs, Lena Sulkinen, Sharon Lowe, Jessica Olsen, Janny Helm, Lisa John, Asa Waterland, Kirsten Penny, Victoria Sofkova, Laura Roney, Karina Dykes, Ghislaine van der Toel, Cassie Staudinger, Hayley White, Zara Giles and Hayley Rumkey. Wilson says, right, I'm off, taking the boy up to the driving range. Later on, tell Jojo, I said, knock more Skittles over. Will do, G. And have a nice day. Get that boy ready for the golf tours. You know where the money is. Thanks for stopping by, mate. So Alsibrook, Graham Wilson's tip there. It's gone spare 6 in a row on 7 and 8. And she's definitely the pick of the players in this game. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Somebody post a discussion that you want to discuss, or a question. We've been talking about Olympic bowling today and bowling balls as usual. Rishi Patel there, is it? BV to win, or Chatters? You're going from one extreme to the other there. Gotta love a bit of Chatters as the winner though, haven't you? At least you'll get a big smile in the photographs. How's Chatters doing anyway? 212 in that game, Rishi. Strike, spare, open, split, spare, double, spare turkey rather, and a 8 split to finish at 212. Not bad. Chatters in 103rd at the moment, with his only other squad so far, 1224. So he's going to need 1280 at least. Dion Adams says, how's Daniel Lally getting on 9 and 10? Danny is on 138 in the 9th.
With an open.
But he's just struck first in the 10th, so he can strike out for the 168. He opened up with 2 splits and a 6-3 in the 9th, really. Other than that, it were a closed game. Miriam Lingard on the featured pair there, 122 in the 8th with a turkey on the board. So she can tap out for 182 with 1 more strike. 177 in the 8th for Roger Lindstad with a strike in the 9th. Uh-oh, says Dion. We're finding though, Dion, that some people that come on the TV pair, I don't know whether they know that they've got the camera on them or they just don't perform on 9 and 10. We've had a few players struggle, but then we've had a few that have come on and very much performed. The high game of the tournament was bowled on 9 and 10, 300. And we've had quite a few 270s and 280s. Alcy Brooks run on strikes ends in frame 8. She's got 208 in frame 8. And a spare in the 9th frame. So 258 on the scorecard for Jo if she strikes out. So in the game 2, just about to happen. We'll go to a commercial break very shortly. Jordan Nutt, 59 in the 5th. And then strikes in 6, 7 and 8. How's your dad doing, Rishi, out there on the chat? Is he playing at all, George? For those of you who don't know, George Patel, very good English bowler. Is it? George Patel went out to the Senior Pro Tour a couple of years ago, had a little crack at that. Doesn't appear to play too much now. 214 for Andrew Starrins, 181 for Miriam Lindgaard.
157 for Denny.
And a 216 for the other player. So Alcy Brook first strike in the 10th, another 2 for a 258. Dion says she's seen Danny beat Jason Nagate in league, so he's got it in him. Although tournaments is a whole other game. We're hoping to get another 300 now, actually, because the 300 man from yesterday, Jason, is going to be coming on the featured pair in a moment. So we'll see how he does. Back-to-back 300s on live stream. Over 2 days, though, of course. Quite a big crowd watching now across the house. Shape of things to come for Sunday, I think, Simon. It's going to be pretty busy.
Yeah. We have the best spot in the house.
Oh, yeah, we've by far got the best spot in the house. And that's why everybody will be behind us watching the TV screen when they should watch it in 3D. They'll be watching what we're doing. Stick it on the radio and you can listen to what we're saying, but we've got 5K HD 3D in front of us. We don't need a screen.
Yep.
So Alsebrook adds another one, and just stepping up for the third. Oh, nearly a 7:10. Leaves the 10. 2:57 for Alsebrook. I don't know about you, Simon, if you know much about Jo Alsebrook, but every time I see her, she's got different coloured hair.
It's the first time I see her, so...
Oh, so remember this time, she got purple this time, because next time it'll be blue or yellow or something.
Yeah, I heard something like that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if she's just got a cupboard full of food colouring or she just likes to colour her hair.
I see some pictures from Sam on Facebook. Okay. That color. Next one.
I think the only colour she's not done yet is grey. She's maybe waiting until she's 50 for that one.
Or 60.
I don't know. You know those old ladies all got that blue rinse or the pink rinse.
Yeah.
And then they'll complain about some little girl with green hair or something. And what are you on about? You've got blue hair. 169 for David Angus. And we're just waiting on Matt Forsyth to finish up. He's going to finish with 2:34 if he spares. Jordan up with a 162.
And we have on 15-16.
Can you see it from here? I can't see. It's a string of strikes, isn't it?
For
Is it Grant Duggan?
yeah. And it's another one. He's got 6 now, or 8? 6. 6 in a row. He could finish 4.
3, 4, 5, 6, yeah.
He has.
I think it's a 240. I think it's about around about 246. I think he's got 90 something in the fifth. So we're just going to go off to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back very shortly with the next game. So don't go away.
I'm so happy to see you.
Seismic fans, we are now introducing the latest addition to the Tournament Special Edition line, the Euphoric TSE. The Euphoric TSE features the Overb core technology and the very durable and versatile Tournament Special Edition cover stock. The Euphoric TSE is polished with a radius of gyration of 2.55 and a differential of 0.055, creating 4 to 5 inches of flare potential. This is the 4th addition to the TSE line. This cover stock is proven to provide predictable ball motion characteristics while minimizing loss of reaction due to oil absorption, translating to higher strike percentages for longer periods. By adding this cover stock to the very successful Overb core featured in the Euphoric, we've created the combination of control of a symmetric core along with the strong continuation of the TSE cover. In a side-by-side comparison, you'll see the original Euphoric begin to start its transition to the hook phase earlier than its TSE counterpart. The TSE conserves its energy through the front and mid part of the lane, then releases its power at the breakpoint and all the way through the pins. The Euphoric TSE is the perfect benchmark ball for your typical league condition. Build your arsenal on this great ball. Control, consistency, continuation. Seismic bowling, simply devastating.
A little bit of bad editing there, Dom.
So we're back. And we've got the defending champion, Jamie Bottomley, Joanna Hackett, Jason Nagate, and Aaron Falconbridge. We're not going to see a 300 from Jason because he's started with a 9 spare.
Maybe a 290.
Yeah, let's catch his attention and barrack him for not bowling a 300. It's going to be left to Jamie now.
No, it's got a nice
Jamie's
spare,
had a 9 spare as well. Oh, it's left to Aaron. Aaron Falconbridge.
I think 10 pin. Yep. Too wide, 10 pin.
Right, so no 300s in this game. Not on the featured pair anyway. Kira Ray opens with a strike on 7 and 8. To see if we can get a couple of guests on now, just to have a little chat and stuff. Find one of your Dutchies.
Selwyn?
You want to do Selwyn? Do you know him? I don't really know Selwyn.
A couple of Dutch guys.
Any Dutchies around? You can do one. I'll go have a look. I'll see what I can find. Elko if he's about. Just having a look around for Big Elko to bring him on the stream and have a chat with him. He's just getting his bowling balls sorted at the moment. So your featured pair at the moment, Jason Agate, Aaron Falconbridge, Joanna Hackett and Jamie Bottomley. Not really producing anything massive, but the pair next to us, we've got Kira Ray on the front six and Stinar Olsen on their 290 pace. So part of me wants to put the camera onto them, but the other half's thinking I don't want to jinx Kira at the moment. We'll just see how she goes with the string of strikes, and then if she makes it through to the 10th frame, we'll spin the camera around.
She's playing with an IQ Fusion from Storm.
IQ Fusion. Storm could do a lot worse than to throw an amateur deal at her here. If you're anybody from Storm watching, check out Kira Ray. We will be featuring her at some point.
That's number 7.
Yeah, number 7. She's worth a good 12-ball deal for the year, I would have said. She's gonna be rocking the EBTs in the future. Her first EBT here. I just got a feeling she's going to win it. Paul Traynor from Scotland with a spare 4-bagger spare on the same pair as Kira. And 7 and 8 looks pretty high scoring at the moment.
Yeah. I started there with 242.
Yeah.
With a 4-9 split in the 10, so it could be 260, 270. But and yesterday I finished there with 230, I think, somewhere. 7 and 8.
Lisa John on lane 5 and 6. Not sure what Lisa's doing at the moment. Gosh, she just missed a single pin. I don't think I've ever seen her miss a single pin.
She missed 2 already.
She's actually suffering. If you notice her her arms strapped up, and she's suffering from an arm injury. I've just been having a word with Jason Burns, who's going to be coming on the stream at some point. He was just telling us they've part of the group, the Leisureplex group, they've got some big lights on stands, and they're just checking to see if they've still got them in one of the other areas, and maybe try and bring them in so we can brighten up the stream for the finals. You see at the moment we're not seeing the faces as well as we would like. So hopefully we can position a couple of lights at the back just to brighten it up for the final.
Even if the lights are facing up, there will be enough light.
Yeah, as long as
they have a light.
As long as it doesn't affect the players, and it gives us a bit more light. That's the main thing. Kira's added another one, front 8. Just have a quick word with her dad. Tell her what we're up to.
Kira stepping up for the 9th frame now. Let's see if she got a front 9. Here we go. Looks good. Ooh, stone 10, ringing 10. That's a shame. It's a real shame.
So Kira, unfortunately, leaves a 10 pin. Just having a word with her dad saying, we're not going to film this just in case we jinx her. And he says she's got a phobia with the 8th frame when she goes to front 7, and the 8th one kind of, that's her nervous frame, not the 12th or anything. I think she's had 13 300s already, and she's only like 19-year-old.
With frame 9 for me.
9.
If 9 will fall, yeah,
you've got a chance.
Yeah.
Keep your comments and chat coming in. You've all gone a little bit quiet on the chat. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you want to win? Who's impressed you? Anyone that's just joined us, you're watching the 27th Irish Open from Leisureplex in Ireland. 2:22 in the 9th for Steinar Olsen. Can tap out for a 2:52. And on that same pair, we've got Kira Ray from Barnsley, England, bowling in her first EBT. On the front 8 and then a 9 spare, 279 pace. She opened with a 180 something and a 244, I believe. So she's about 24 over going into this game. We'll stick at around about 100 over if she taps out. But she's not one you need to worry about, Simon. She's already above you.
Yeah, that's why.
Got a lot of talent for someone that's only about 5'1". It's amazing, isn't it?
A lot of power, by the way.
It just shows you don't need to be big or small or anything to be a bowler. You can be any size and perform. We've got another one, Paul Stott Jr. from Ireland, probably about the same size as Kira, but like a pocket rocket on the lanes.
Yeah, we have from Holland, we have a big guy, Elko.
Elko, yeah.
That's complete opposite.
We used to have a couple of guys in England that almost smashed ball returns every time they played with a big backswing. About 6'5" to start with, and then like almost 8.5 foot by the time you've got your arm up there as well. Yeah, Kira sticks another one in. So we'll just spin the camera around to that pair so you can get a little look at Kira Ray if you've not seen her play before. Kind of got a soft spot for Kira because she's a Yorkshire bowler like myself. And splitting the frame, so she's going to finish with a 267 roundabout. Puts her about 80 over, 90 over.
I see a lot of players struggle right now.
Who?
A lot of players are struggling.
Yeah.
They cannot go any more than 2 free strikes and then 10 pin, 9 pin. You have to watch the transition very well at the moment.
And Jason manages to pull out 3 in a row, and he's going to finish with a 201 if he strikes to salvage a game. Jamie Bottomley, 79, and then a string of 6 in a row. Defending champion. Only Don Barrett has defended on the male side, winning it in 2008 and 2009. And Kirsten Penny is the only other player who has defended, winning it in 2003 and 2004. Pretty much retired now, Kirsten Penny. Hopefully we'll see her back in a few years. But she's won everything that was worth winning, so.
Jason finished with an exactly 200.
240 for Stinner Olsen. Yeah, Jason finished with 200. Jamie adds another one. 259 on the cards. So we'll go back to Jamie, defending champion, left-hander from Poole, Dorset. His first major, this one. But I'm almost certain he won the Welsh Open last year. I'll have to double check with him. The 255 Jamie. 229 for Paul Trainer. Dave. So just coming up to the end of this game now. 11 and 12 look like they're going to be the last pair off. Joel Seabrook stringing the strikes together, but that's come to an end. In frame 9, 146 in the 7th. Giving 166 in the 8th if she spares. She can tap out for a 216. Aaron Falconbridge finished with a 214 on that featured pair there. And Joanna Hackett is going to finish with a 189.
What can you do, you know? Salvaged a decent game, though.
Go around to the last match, finishing up. Just make sure we keep some action going rather than empty lanes. Yeah, I reckon if we can get a couple of lights just to brighten up that area, it's gonna make a big difference.
8 to 11 will be better.
And the lights at the back are not really going to affect the players. Only when they're coming back they'll see the lights, but it's not going to affect them when they're actually bowling.
No, there's plenty of light at the lanes itself, so.
Yeah, we had this in Malta though, and then Neil turned some other lights on and it brightened it up just right.
Yeah, because of this we got some lights ourselves on those LED beam things you can put up.
Ah, right.
We use them in Tilburg because Tilburg behind the lanes is just like here, it's dark.
Yeah.
And on the lanes it's bright enough.
It's bright where we are, but actually on the approaches you've got yellow light, haven't you? And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 in this area, spots.
It's enough when you're bowling, but for live stream, yeah.
Yeah, for live streaming it's not perfect, but if you're bowling it, it's fine. So Joel Seabrook is going to tap out for a 216. David Angus for a 167 with a strike. Matt Forsyth can go out for 191. And a 194 for Jordan Nutt if he strikes out. What was that, game 4? Game 3?
4.
That was game 4. $164 for David Angus. Forsyth, one more strike for a 191. Working a 4-bagger. Wearing a London Pro Shop shirt today. A tip of the hat to Matt Miller, the airport ball. Jordan Nutt is going to finish with a 182 if he spares these. And Matt finishes with 190, so we'll go off to a commercial break and we'll be back for the 5th game very shortly. Let's go for a 3-minute break.
Where's everybody at? Man, this guy comes all this way and he's not even here. What is going on? It's empty. What in the world? Yo, let me in, man. Let me in. Let me in. What's in the box? Hey, what's in the box? Yo, anybody got a key to this room? What's going on?
Hey, I'm just kidding, Sean. It's your new ball.
Oh, cool, thank you. Hey Seismic fans, I'm really excited, as I always am, about any new release from Seismic Bowling. This ball is called the Photon. It's a departure from what we've seen in the past with Seismic Bowling. It's a low flare ball, it's got a super high RG. So I was curious, Ryan, what was the philosophy when making this ball?
Okay, so with the Photon, we were looking for a ball in the arsenal that was a little bit milder, more for lighter oil conditions, as the shot moves inside, as the shot breaks down. Or like today, where the surface of the lane is a little bit higher friction, and you want a ball that's going to push down the lane more, grab hard in the back end, like you would see with a symmetric core ball, but we wanted that in an asymmetric core ball so that you're still getting the heavy roll in the back end through the pins that you would see from an asymmetric core ball. So with the Photon, we took our fastest revving core, the horn core, we raised the RG, lowered the differential, which is going to decrease the overall flare, but kept the mass bias at about half of what we've seen in all the rest of the horn cores. So what you're going to see on the lanes is pretty good push down the lane, not too much mid lane, but it's still going to roll very strongly through the end of the mid lane, onto the back end, and through the pins, and that's going to increase your carry, increase your score.
Wow, that sounds great. Hey, let's go see what it looks like on the lane.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome back to the 27th Irish Open by Seismic, live from the Leisureplex in Stillorgan, Ireland. And we're joined by bowling royalty now. Lisa John on the featured pair. The 2001 champion, winner of numerous medals in European Championships and for England. And one of the best players we've ever produced. Came from a stable of bowlers around about the same time, like Kirsten Penny and Joe Harris, now Joe Cundy, Zara Giles, and more. Probably one of the reasons why a lot of other young girls in the country got into bowling. But carrying an injury at the moment. She's got to see on her arm is heavily strapped up on the inside of her arm. It's the opposite to tennis elbow, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
She didn't have the injury when she entered, but it's got worse over the last couple of weeks, so she's not a player that would pull out unless her arm's falling off. But it starts this game with 2 spares. Gary Redpath from Scotland opens up with a double, and Danny Hopcroft from England with a 9 spare from Lincoln, I think, in the UK. Oh, I've not seen one of them for ages. What are they called now, that wrist strap she's got? The one with the finger on it. I used to have one of them when I was a kid. Didn't need it. Just put it on because it looked cool. Soon got rid of it though.
Yeah. I had one for a couple of years because I was flipping my wrist a lot.
Yeah.
Just to get that out of it.
If you've got a weak wrist, yeah, I could recommend you get one. But
Yeah.
if your wrist's fine, don't touch them because it just makes your wrist worse.
Yeah. I wasn't from very cupped to releasing it uncupped, so yeah. That motion was not really helping me.
You used to have those other ones though, where you could actually position it and then lock it.
Yeah.
Big strike there from Lisa. Frame 3. Scorpion, that's what it was called. Yeah, thanks for that, Mudgy. Harmonizer says, are you still live? As I keep getting the Proton advert. Maybe you just keep looking when we're actually on a commercial break. We have run the Proton one a few times. But no, it's the stream is actually working. We're just checking it now, but yeah, it is working. Yeah, we're on. It's maybe subliminal messages, Dave. You're going to have to go out and buy a Proton. It's telling you that's the ball you need. Yeah, Mudgy, there was one called a Scorpion, but there was another one, wasn't there, I think? I'm almost certain the Scorpion was a red one. It maybe come to me, but I think there were a range of 2 or 3 of them, and the big black one with a finger on it was. Don't think that was the Scorpion. I think that was the Scorpion was a red one. I could be wrong. It's 25 years since I've worn one of those. Kira Ray opens up with a front 3 this time. Again, we won't put the camera on Kira.
Just on right of your screen, you can see lane 11. So
actually, we could do. Yeah. She's only on 3 at the minute. We could spin it to about there, and we should pick up the 4 lanes. So Lisa John, Brett Armour, Danny Hopcroft and Gary Redpath on 9 and 10, and Kira Ray Paul Trainer, Stinar Olsen and Ronnie Hagberg on 11 and 12. Ooh, nearly a 7-10 for Danny. Have you ever used that tape? You know what Lisa's got on her arm and Danny's got on her leg? Have you ever used it?
Nope.
So it looks like it'd be painful to pull it off. I mean, these girls wax the legs,
Yeah.
so they're kind of
Yeah.
used to that kind of pain. But
But yeah, if you could roll with it, yeah, why wouldn't you do it? The pain is afterwards, so yeah.
yeah, imagine you got to rip it off quickly though.
We have a front 4 on lane 5 and 6 from
David Keogh, is it?
yeah. And we have a front 3 from Jürgen Grant. We have a front 4 on 7 and 8 from Julian Viscoskas.
Visokis.
Yeah. Front 4 from Jürgen.
Kira adds another strike for 4 in a row. That's Ronnie Hagberg on the right of your screen there in red. Or dark red as you're watching it on the screen. Actually, it's not too bad, it's just we had the bit tilted back a bit. Harmonizer says, come on, Brett Armour, Essex boy. Yeah, Brett Armour, up-and-coming player.
10 pin for Kira.
Dang.
There's still 3 people. Yeah, 3 for 5 in a row now.
Jamie Bottomley's opened up with a spare and 4-bagger in this game.
Julian is on the front 5 now with a really late 10 pin. We thought it was a 10 pin, but the message came along and there he goes.
Lisa John just comes up a little bit high. Gary Redpath on 127 in the 5th. As Lisa John picks up a spare for 99 in the 5th. Harmonizer says it impressed with the high score and at back-to-back 300s. Well done, Chris.
You know, it was yesterday at Ulsa.
Yeah.
13:07 in over 5? Was? Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 261 average. And he actually bowled the squad afterwards as well and went the front 10. So he had 34 in a row, or 880, I think, over 3 over 2 blocks. Doesn't count it, wouldn't count it as a 900, but to go back to back. We've had quite a few players in the UK have had back-to-backs. Lee Chatfield's one of them. Vicky Hawes has had back-to-backs in the UK. Back-to-back jacks.
We have Julian now on front 6. We have David on front 6.
What's your national record in Holland, do you know?
That's national record.
Oh, have you got it on your website, like? It's not something we have on ours. Are you watching BTBA? It's about time you got your records.
See, Grant Dugan has 4 in a row at the moment. He's on the same lane. David Doe has 6 in a row. They're playing well off each other.
Which lanes? Oh, yeah, we're watching those ones. Yeah, people just coming down to let us know about the 6 in a row and the 5 in a row. Oh, you have got the records up.
Yep.
So senior 1 game record, 299. And the high 3 games for seniors is 758.
During
Roll
the
ball.
national championships. Yeah, so official like world championships, European championships, national championship. Those are the records.
Right. That's good, that. That's what we want to be seeing on ours. Doubles, trios. We just want individuals for now. 5-man team, 1051. Seniors. High 3 game, 826 for Ghislaine van der Tol. High 3 game for men. Jeroen van der Heide. Is it Heide?
Jeroen van der Heide.
Van der Heide. 783 then your national record. Yeah, that's big.
These are the unofficial records. So we have the highest team game for 2 persons.
600.
830. I was there. I know we through it. 300, 299 and 270 something.
Very good. I'm impressed that you've got the national records up there, actually. Something that I want to see in our country. Mudgy 2000 says the wrist shot might have been the mongoose. No, it wasn't the mongoose either. I know the mongoose was close to it. I think that was the next size down. Could have been the scorpion though, thinking about it.
And meanwhile,
Yeah, I think it might have been the scorpion.
Julian has ended his string of strikes with a 9.
Still got David Keogh though on the front 7, haven't we?
Front 7, yep.
Should maybe spin over there shortly and we'll come back to the featured pair in a moment. There's some good games going in, but I think we need to be focusing on 300s. So
David is stepping up.
David getting up now, just sits in position, sets himself. Yeah.
Kicks the 10.
Front 8. Harmonizer says, yeah, Dom, we need an honours board based on the BTBA website. Yep, that's exactly what we need. I did hear a rumour, though, I don't know how true it is, that there was a flood at Balfour head office years ago and a lot of old records were lost. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't actually think we've got any records, but maybe I can be proved wrong. But they need to see the light of day soon. For me, if your own national association can't let you know what national records are, then what's the point? we often get people saying, what's the 3-game record in the UK, and we don't really know. I think it's 860 or 70, I think. I couldn't tell you who. I know Phil Scammell maybe had it for a while, I think, and Lol Ellis had it for a while. In fact, when I see Lol, I'll ask him. He might know the 3-game record for the UK. Yeah, of course, sanctioned. So 147 in the 8th for Gary Redpath, 129 in the 6th for Danny Hopcroft. And she's rocking a turkey at the moment, as is Redpath above her. Those two going well. Lisa John, considering she's injured, 168 in the 8th and a spare in the 9th. And Brett Armour with a 104 in the 6th and a turkey working. So a national records list we might not have yet, but we will have a timeline by the end of the year. And it will show everything that's happened in the UK in the last 50 years, or pretty much close to everything. The only thing that will be missing definitely is national records. I had a national record, I had a European record when I was a kid. 920 4-man for juniors. Back in 1986, I think. 920 is rubbish now, like, but...
Yeah, there's number 9.
Front 9?
Yep.
Looking
Brooklyn,
good.
Brooklyn, but... he pulled it way inside, but it carried anyway.
That camera zooms, I think, but I don't know how you do it. It's
Yeah.
in the settings.
Yeah, you have to install the program, I think, from Microsoft, but...
Microsoft Live Cam it is. That one. Yeah, we're watching it now. We've got So front 9, David Keogh is going to be stepping up shortly. Hopefully going to get our second 300 of the championships. I don't think we'll get it done in time, like, but... We've got that one. Yeah, we've got it on the top there, see it? Go on, lad. Yeah, that's the first one. Front 10 for David Keogh from Ireland. As well.
Here we go.
Front 11. So one more strike for the second 300 of the tournament for David Keogh, and a popular 300 if he gets it in his home country. So here we go. Steps up. Looks good. Yeah! Come on. That was nice.
Yep.
Supermos is Phil Scammell had 879 in Europe. I know Dominic Denolf, a senior from Bowmaster Brussels, had 888 3 years ago. So 879 for Scammell. That's in Europe. For me, that still counts, though. An English player would be a national record, regardless of which country they bowl in.
Yep. We have those at European Champions, World Championships.
Yeah, so yours takes that into consideration, yeah. So
but they have to be sanctioned.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they will be,
just a
much
score,
higher,
isn't it?
Yeah. 800, 850 for 3, easy. Otherwise, all the leagues will count and.
Yeah.
No, that was hair.
Oh, so the 888 was bowled over here. Oh, Denolf was in Europe and Scammell's was in the UK. Right. Yeah, so 879 could be the number. I'll have a word with Lol Ellis because he kind of knows about national records. It'd be interesting to find out what it is.
Is he still here?
We should have a quick word with David Keogh, actually. We'll stick the camera on him. There we go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many have you had so far?
That's the first.
That's your first?
Yeah, first.
Oh, congratulations. Shake your hand for that one
Thank you very much.
What ball did you use?
The Seismic Dominion.
Dominion. That's 2-300 with a Dominion
I seen Jay throw it yesterday, and I
Yeah.
thought, I completely forgot I had the ball. I've got it maybe a year and a half, and I thought, geez, enter once more. It looked like it had a great shape, so give it a shot.
Yeah. So excellent.
Paid off.
And what have you bowled in the previous games leading up to that?
60 over for the first 3, so that's 160.
Excellent. So and how many entries have you had so far?
That's the third.
That's the third
Yeah,
entry.
so I was 100 under, 40 or 50 under, and now 160 over so far. So.
Excellent. Well done then. And
Thank you.
You can actually come in onto the TV pair
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
So
I'm here now.
back to backs.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Cheers. Well done, fella.
No worries. Thank you.
So his first 300, that's nice.
Yeah.
With Dominion
like
again, we're going to sell
Yeah.
loads of them for Ryan. He wants to be putting a deal on them now. He wants to next €5 off to buy a Dominion. Oh, he must be laughing his head off at the minute then, Ryan. 2-300s in his own tournament with one of his balls. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back in a moment with some more action. Don't go away. We won't put the Proton one on for you this time then, because it might confuse Harmonizer. We'll go with the Venator.
You're late.
Are we happy? Sean.
Yeah, we're happy.
Seismic fans, we now present the Venator. Venator comes from the Latin word meaning hunter. The Tennessee core is our most advanced core design to date. It is designed with consistency in mind. The core shape is modeled to allow for drilling with a strong pin placement and positive spin axis while reducing the amount of inner core material being removed. In turn, this reduces how much the ball's pre-drilled design specifications change after drilling. Pre-drilled, the Venator has a 35% stronger positive spin axis than our very successful horn core. The Tennessee core produces a high mass bias differential with more flare and mid-lane read than we've ever released. This video shows the Venator picking up its role in the mid lane and making a strong move to the pocket. In the true spirit of a hunter, the Venator makes its move attacking with strength and power, leaving the enemy simply devastated. Put the Venator in your hand and have no doubt. Seismic bowling, earth-moving equipment.
And welcome back, and we've got the 300 man on the featured pair now, and he's just struck with his first shot. It was a Brooklyn strike, but it struck all the same. And almost again.
Yeah. I know the feeling of shot first 300 and after 180, 190.
He needs to calm himself down a little bit and forget about it.
Yeah, you have some adrenaline in your blood.
Can you imagine though, your first ever 300 in a tournament like this, and
you're
you're actually on a good score?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just needs to take a moment just to appreciate the feat.
Yeah, I know a guy who was at our trios, was practicing on practice line. I've got a shot. Okay, 300, quit after. Let his teammates play again.
I think if I bowled a 300 again, if I came back and play, I'd probably just quit after that. Go out on a high. Harmonizer says, we'll go back to Mudgy first. In that case, what about Guppy Troop's scores in America? I must disagree. National records must be bowled by a UK bowler in the UK. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to have two then. You'd have to have the domestic record, which is bowled in the country, and then the record by international, basically, an English player bowling that score anywhere else in the world. If Don Barrett bowled 900 in a World Championships, that would be the national record, I would have said. Regardless
That's
of
how
what,
we
what
do
country,
it in Holland.
Regardless of what country it was bowled in, but we've gone green apparently. What's that mean? Don't know.
Stream's still good.
And Harmonizer says, I love it, Dom. You should have the Dominion on after its second 300. Well, they did name it after me. I was along before Don Barrett. I was the one and only Dominator. I always knew somebody called Dom would be a PBA World Champion. I always thought it would be me, but it turned out to be somebody else. But I'm still proud of my namesake. It's pretty weird, actually, when we're at the Weber Cup and Dom's there, somebody will shout Dom. We both turn around. I don't know which one of us they want. It's usually the other, but you never know. He's Domsy, actually. I'm just Dom. He's Domsy. My nickname as a kid was Condom. Sam Rose opens up with front three. So in all that excitement, I didn't see what little Kira had. Paul Traynor opens up with Turkey. That'll be next on my list, though, boys. Trying to find a national records database of some kind. We'll probably put a call out on Talk Temping over the next couple of months to try and archive as much information as we can. I'll try first with the BTBA. I've never actually asked them if they've got national records, but I'll ask them first, and I'm assuming they haven't because they've never put it on the website. But we'll see where we go with it. Oh, and a big split there from Julian Chrysokis. Four split spare. It was Super Mose that went off. He's back again, he just paid the bill. Are you on Aldi Broadband? Or is it Netto Broadband?
Do you still get broadband? Fiberglass?
Fiberglass. We get fibre now. We still get broadband. I've only just changed mine. But yeah, we get fibre now in most areas.
Yeah, we have fiber over a year now. Yeah. They took out every street in Holland and put fiber in it. Everyone has fiber almost. Or fiber connection.
It needs to be nowadays with the amount of stuff you download and the live streaming of stuff, watching films, whatever.
I'm just a poor taxi driver from Liverpool.
Come it, soft boy. Aye. A poor taxi driver. I've seen what you guys charge.
It's not that bad over here, by the way.
Is
From
it not?
your hotel to here this morning, €5 for 2 persons.
Yeah, but it's only a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, it was called
10-minute walk, and you want to?
Yeah,
that's lazy. €5.
I had Chelsea with me.
Oh, you looked after her then. Is that what you're saying? You could have carried her on your back.
Could have done.
The things you do for a pretty lady, yeah? Spending €5 when I'd have said, come on, let's walk it. Man, I'm from Yorkshire, though. We don't pay for things if we don't need to. So the featured pair, Steve Kay, David Keogh, Christine Loffman and Grant Duggan. Supermo says he would charge me tourist rates. Cost like that 3 times the normal price.
It's good you say it, but...
I can't remember the last time I got in a taxi.
I got 3 already in 2 days.
You're just lazy. I should have had one the other night when it were peeing it down. I still walked back. Oh, it's spending €5. Man, I did think it would probably be about 10.
First time I was walking out of the hotel and they said, "You're going to the bowling?" Yeah. Okay, come with me. Didn't pay anything. Second time I was with my bowling gear, so yeah. A little bit easier.
I think I'm going to need a taxi on Monday morning. I've got to be at the airport for like 6 o'clock and still going to be hungover from the after party probably.
If you have any sleep.
I won't be getting any sleep, I wouldn't have thought. Sleep on the plane and sleep when I get home, I think.
Yeah, Monday will be a day off.
I'm going to have Monday, Tuesday off, I think. So don't expect any updates on Talk Temping on Monday, Tuesday.
My flight is at 2 or something in the afternoon, so I will leave at 11, I think. 10 or 11.
I had an option to go at about 7 o'clock at night, and I thought, let's get home. And
I had four choices: 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. But 8 and 11 a.m. No, too early. Way too early.
So we're halfway through the last game of qualifying, and it'll be a nervous wait for some as we find out who has made the cut and who hasn't. We should find out pretty quick. We got David Traynor on the front 5 down on 15 and 16. And we've got a string of strikes up there from Dan Bolson. 5 in a row, is it?
Yes, strike split 5 in a row. Lisa's in a good game. 279 pace. 13 and 14.
Ah, yeah.
She's 4 in a row now.
Yeah, double spare 4-bagger. Good job she's injured. Bowling games like that. Yeah. Imagine what she would have. Supermar just got a new Zafira. Loads of room for 4 people and 24 bowling balls for our Euro trips. Ah, cool.
A poor old taxi driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remote. That's not going to work anymore.
He gave the game away when he said he was going around Europe playing in European tournaments. Only the rich can do that. NAFG, hey Dom, loving the stream as per. Come on, Steve K. Who's that? Who dat? Who dat? Is that do dat? Do dat? Brett Armour on a string of strikes. Spare strike, spare 4-bagger. We're going a few players going to go nuts in this last game now, I bet. Steve K on 93 in the 5th with a strike in the 6th. We've got another one says, why is the screen green?
Maybe refresh your browser or something, because
yeah, just restart it. It must be a
Ustream problem, I think.
Must be a Ustream. Ah, it's Nathan. Hi, Nathan.
The stream is running fine over here, so yeah. No problems at all.
Nah, no, it's fine with us.
Done it 3 times.
Maybe it's blocked in Sheffield. Maybe you're not allowed to get live streaming in Sheffield. Nah, Supermo's had it as well. So it must be a Ustream problem. We're actually going out live and everything's funky.
It's working great for almost 3 hours now, so.
Shh. We had that yesterday where we pulled on somebody for an interview and the stream went down.
I've been like this for 10 minutes.
I presume you've refreshed then.
Yeah.
Where are you, Go for 10? Whereabouts in the world are you? Yeah, we're watching it on mobile devices here as well, and it's coming through fine. It's a mystery wrapped up in an enigma.
I will check the settings later of the squad. Just before.
Yeah, we'll just we'll double check settings just to make sure that
maybe turned out a bit rate a little bit. It will be a little bit easier for people to watch it on mobile devices.
Yeah. So coming up to the last few frames of qualifying this year. We will have a good idea very shortly of who's made it through, but as I said, check the official website. Anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes after the end of the squad. There won't be too many updates on Talk Temping reports-wise. It's difficult to find the time to get them done between squads, so we'll have a crack at it. But the scores are all linked via Talk Temping to the official website. Oh, the hotel.
Yeah, that's going to be it. You get 20 minutes free each day, so maybe it's that.
It could well. No, but if Mo's had a green screen as well, and
it could be a timeout for some time.
A timeout thing, right? That's why you're here, Simon. You're the technical guy. Give it a kick. If it don't work, buy a new laptop. That would be my thinking. Pretty frustrating though if you're just getting a green screen. David Keogh after his first ever 300, 116 in the 7th. I've not even tried the internet in the hotel yet.
Yeah, I did yesterday, but
is it fast, slow?
Slow.
Yeah. They usually are. You go back to hotel to do some work and then realise you can't do anything.
Yep.
20 minutes it takes to just load a page. I love it when they say free internet and you get 20 minutes.
Mine said Houston wasn't responding, so I refreshed it.
Yep. Well, at least it's green. We're in Ireland, so I'd be worried if it was red. So Craigie Farr's going to finish with a, what about a 194? Oh no, 204 if he strikes out. John Chu with a 188 if he strikes out. Sam Rose can tap out for 241. Lisa John going to finish with around about 221. John Anders Jensen with 195 if he strikes. Who's that with 227, is it? Oh, I can't see the names now, we've just got
initials, DB.
Initials. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. No idea.
Shadows is on 215 finished now.
Refreshed it 5 times, still green. Yesterday it worked perfect. The only other suggestion really is to...
did you try another browser?
Yeah,
maybe
even
that will work.
A different browser, and the only other thing is refresh your whole PC.
Yeah, or update Silver or Flash. Maybe that will work.
Could be Flash, yeah. Yeah, check it which browser you're using. Are you using Mozilla or
Chrome.
Internet Explorer or Chrome? Maybe try a different one, see if that works. If not,
try updating Flash. Must be the Wi-Fi.
We're just about finished now anyway, as long as it comes back on for for the finals? And the other answer is come and watch it live if you're in the hotel.
Yeah, while you're there.
Yeah. It's only a 10-minute walk. Who is Go for 10 anyway? Who is it?
Look at Sam, what pins he got. 4, 5, 8.
Wow.
That's one that you see over there.
Oh, good
He
spare
spares.
as well, yeah. See, that's the baby split then, isn't it, basically? And you've got to shoot the gap and pick up the middle one.
It's a bucket minus the 2 pin.
Bucket minus 2 pins. Supermo says, are you finished for the day after this squad? I wish we were. No, we've got the Desperado, and then we've got final step 1 in 2 stages.
We've got the places 49 to 80 plus 4 people from the Despo.
It's 4 games, isn't it?
4 games.
And then at 7:45 tonight, we've got the final step 1, places 13 to 48. Then
we have the lane maintenance, and then we start.
And then we start at 10:15, final step 2.
2.
Is that 4 games as well?
I think so.
Hope so. 6 will be doing me head in. Final step 1, 72 players will play 4 games starting from scratch. Players positioned 1 to 31 qualified for final step 2. Players 32 to 72 will be ranked 52 to 92 according to their position in the final step 1. Final step 2, 45 players will play 4 games starting from scratch. Players positioned 1 to 26 is qualified for final step 3, and players positioned 27 to 45 will be ranked 33 to 51 according to their position in final step 2. And then tomorrow we've got final step 3. 32 players will play 6 games starting from scratch.
And there, the 16 players will qualify for final step 2. And then we get round robin final.
Yeah.
Final step 4 is round robin, I think. 8 matches.
Yeah, 8 matches, 8 winners will continue to final step 5. Oh no, it's 8 matches, it's just match play, isn't it?
Yep.
And then final step 5 is 4 matches, and then final step 6 is 2 matches, and final step 7 is one match. One match? What's one match though? One game?
I think. Yeah, it must be.
But it doesn't actually say how many games. Yeah, it must be. It must be 1 games.
8. 4.
So in answer to your question, Supermo, loads more bowling to come today.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow. But we do finish quite early tomorrow, don't we? At 4 o'clock or something. Yeah, final step 3 at 9 o'clock. Final step 4 at 1 o'clock. Final step 5 at 2:15. Final step 6 at 3 o'clock. And final step 7 at 3:45. And the awards will be at 5 o'clock. Which we'll be streaming. We'll stream the awards as well.
Are we getting another game, or everyone is moving?
Maybe we were wrong.
Yeah.
I thought that was the last game, but
everybody's staying on the lanes.
Maybe it's a conspiracy to wind us up.
Maybe some players play the organization. Yeah, can we play another game, but still got 6. We'll count for 6 games. So they will shoot 1,500.
We did that in the World Singles. We sent Andy James down to the approach to interview Osku, knowing full well there was another game to go. He goes down and Osku just looks at him and smiles and goes, I think you better go back. Yeah, we must have got it wrong.
Yep.
That's not like us, is it? Superman says, we'll have to multitask now to watch the footy as well. I'm not interested in football. When you're a Leeds fan, you don't watch a lot of football.
Just put bowling on the telly.
Yeah, I've got no time in my life for football. I'm too busy with bowling. I've got a 5-year-old and I've got bowling. And a wife. There's no room for anything else. So I'll go to a commercial break and we'll be back very shortly. So don't go away.
Oh man. Where's everybody at? Man, this guy comes all this way and he's not even here. What is going on? It's empty. What in the world? Yo, let me in, man. Let me in. Let me in. What's in the box? Hey, what's in the box? Yo, anybody got a key to this room? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just kidding, Sean. It's your new ball.
Oh, cool, thank you. Hey Seismic fans, I'm really excited, as I always am, about any new release from Seismic Bowling. This ball is called the Photon. It's a departure from what we've seen in the past with Seismic Bowling. It's a low flare ball, it's got a super high RG. So I was curious, Ryan, what was the philosophy when making this ball?
Okay, so with the Photon, we were looking for a ball in the arsenal that was a little bit milder, more for lighter oil conditions, as the shot moves inside, as the shot breaks down. Or like today, where the surface of the lane is a little bit higher friction, and you want a ball that's going to push down the lane more, grab hard in the back end, like you would see with a symmetric core ball, but we wanted that in an asymmetric core ball so that you're still getting the heavy roll in the back end through the pins that you would see from an asymmetric core ball. So with the Photon, we took our fastest revving core, the horn core, we raised the RG, lowered the differential, which is going to decrease the overall flare, but kept the mass bias at about half of what we've seen in all the rest of the horn cores. So what you're going to see on the lanes is pretty good push down the lane, not too much mid lane, but it's still going to roll very strongly through the end of the mid lane, onto the back end, and through the pins, and that's going to increase your carry, increase your score.
Wow, that sounds great. Hey, let's go see what it looks like on the lanes.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
And we're back. Welcome to the 27th Irish Open Championships by Seismic, live from Leisureplex in Stillorgan, Ireland. So now we're on game 6. Are we? Are we sure?
No.
Maybe there's something in the rules that says the last squad can have an extra game just to... No, we got it wrong. We'll hold his hands up. So your featured pair now, Chatfield, Lee Chatfield, Daniel Balsam, Runar Marken Fredriksson, and Robert Lind. Did you manage to sort out that green screen, go for 10? Are you still there? Are you getting pictures now?
Or are you going to join us in a couple of minutes?
Or he's on his way?
Yeah.
Whoever it is.
if you're coming over, just come to say hi.
Maybe everybody's having a problem. Oh, we've got a yellow screen now. Oh. Sorry, I was just messing about with a piece of paper. Just having a bit of fun.
Yeah, I was looking at bowling and I thought, huh? Yellow screen? What? I haven't seen that. A white screen, okay, but a yellow?
That's a new one. John Chu opens up with a double. Craigie Farr with a double. Chatters with a spare and a 9. Who have we got around? Can we get anybody on for this last game? A little bit of commentary, a guest of some kind. Hey, Chelsea's on the way down. Do you want to interview Chelsea?
Nah.
Nah? You too shy?
Now, I think if I'm going to talk to her, she is like, okay. What?
She's a difficult interviewee.
Her English is not...
She doesn't have to do it in English. She could do it in Dutch.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, tomorrow in the taxi over here, the taxi driver thought she was my old lady.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bet that felt good, eh?
Yeah. It was not bad.
What did you say?
Yeah. I was still sleeping, so I was awake, but
yeah, you should have just said, "Yeah, I'm rich." Chatters opens up with a spare. Daniel Ali with a strike spare on 7 and 8. Chewy has added another one for Turkey. Sam Rose with a strike 9 spare. Craigie Farr with a Turkey. And Sam's just added another one for Farbagger. Keep your comments and chat coming in. It's been enjoyable having you on today. Hope you're enjoying the show. And while I love Chatters to bits, there seems to be some better scores going in on the lanes next to us. We'll stick with the featured pair for a little bit longer. And
let's see what John is going to do.
Yeah, see what happens with Chewy. Front 3.
Nope.
Just a little bit high. Leaves a single pin.
Yeah, the lanes are getting really tough in the last 2 games, so you have to move in, but don't swing it too much because yeah, you see it around 10 pin, 10 pin, 10 pin.
Yeah.
These are new pins, I think.
Yeah,
by the look of it.
They were saying there were new pins yesterday. They've been like 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Yeah. A little bit too sure for the really good ones. You have to put it in 2 to 3 months before.
Yeah, bed them in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a nice sound, these new pins though. Very like glass, like a...
We got new pins at our hometown this year, so yeah.
really pinged up.
Yeah. People were standing behind me with their fingers in their ears because it was so hitting hard. It's hitting hard right here as well. Got a lot of sound of it. And it feels just right if you threw a perfect shot and you hear the sound.
Yeah. That's bowling. Do we want winding up
or do we want them pointing down?
Yeah, I think.
They've all gone quiet on the chat, said Custard. Too quiet, said Rhubarb. John Chu, Turkey, 9 spare, strike. Craigie Farr, Turkey, 9 spare, strike. Chatters, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. Chewy adds another one for a double, and he's on a 2:79 pace, as is Craig Farr. And I think we'll spin the camera onto that match. We've got 2 players on 2:79. Also Pat Hackett and Sam Rose on there. Sam with a strike, 9 spare, strike, 9 spare. Yeah, I'm thinking for the lighting, Simon, just an LED strip there.
Yeah.
I know they do it in a tape form now, and they'll have something that's already rigged up like a strip light.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of fitting it up and putting a thing across and borrow it, really. Looking at the lighting in here, the LED place over there could come over and do them a deal on some new lighting, just to.
The simple light bulbs.
And they'll save money as well with LED.
Yeah.
All said and done. It could work out well for everybody. Yeah, we'll give them a plug on the stream. Doubling LED, did it say? I can't remember. Got a nice big sign on it out, flashing away and stuff. It looks nice.
Yeah, that's annoying for the bowlers.
Hmm?
If
Oh, we don't want flashing stuff.
no.
No, we just want a bit of light. Bit of light. Probably a bit of light and a diffuser, really. Something on the back just to push it that way.
Well, we'll see if we can arrange something there.
We kind of need to do some testing, really, don't we? We just need a strip light that's plugged in and just put it somewhere and just see how it brightens everything up for us. We'll get one of them. We'll get 2 of them million candle ones, and we'll just fire them at the players.
Yeah.
And when they turn round after a strike, can't see.
And the lights we really have in Holland for the Dutch bowling setup, if you put them on 100, the stadium light.
Stadium light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mostly use them at 30–40%. Only if it's really dark we put them at 60. Never put it at 100, but
Yeah. The players are used to TV lights anyway. They know this happens in the finals, that you need to throw a load of lights down. And
First time under the lights is always exciting.
Hmm?
First time under the lights.
Yeah.
It's always exciting, nervous. After 2-3 frames, well, there's light, yeah.
Yeah. I like LED though. I think it's going to be good for TV lighting as well when it eventually comes in, because it's not going to be as warm, is it?
Yeah, we have a filter for it. You can bright light or warm white.
Yeah. Cool white, isn't there, or something?
Yeah.
Cool and warm light.
We mostly use the warm white because, yeah, a little bit natural.
Yeah.
If you use the cool white, you get a really
bluey tinge to it sometimes, aren't they? You all gone quiet on the chat?
We have someone on the front 5 on lane 5 and 6.
Matt Forsyth.
Yep.
Matthew Forsyth. Chewy has just left a single pin. He was on a 279. Turkey spare Turkey. Craigie Farr, Turkey spare, double spare strike. And another one for Matt Forsyth. Yeah, that's could be another 300 today. That'll be nice. 1 yesterday, 2 today, and 3 tomorrow. The other thing about, I presume they're going to go down to singles pace at some point. Going to be a quicker game.
Yeah.
And the potential for
quicker, yeah, a
bigger
little
scores.
bit, but the pace will go a little bit slower because everyone is watching each other. So yeah.
Well, to a degree, yeah, on the 4-game ones, yeah. But the matchups should be pretty quick. We might need to spin the camera on to 5 and 6 shortly. We'll see out this game on 11 and 12, and then if Matt Forsyth is still striking for fun. Chewy on 197 in the 8th. And Craigie Farr with a spell will be on 188 in the 8th. Sam Rose. Could we start striking now? He's had 4 9 spares in a row, and he does so. 166 in the 7th. Sorry, 166 in the 8th.
10 pin for
Matt Forsyth.
Yep. And a night again for Lee.
The 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, strike 9 spare, strike 9 spare, hopefully.
Yeah. It's a 6 pin, so not that difficult.
Good at no tap. Come on, chatters. So a couple of frames to go till the end of qualifying. I feel like a deja vu then. I feel like I've said that before.
Yeah, if you're watching the bowling this much, yeah, you lost count. You're losing count. game after game after game after game.
It starts to get a little bit quicker now, though. Today and tomorrow will go pretty quick. Kind of your adrenaline's buzzing. Everything's
Yeah, you're
a little
watching
bit
everywhere
quicker.
from who's going to score what.
Yeah, I think we'll get ourselves a runner tomorrow. We'll find somebody that can go up and down the lanes for us and get some scores. We should have.
I'm hopefully on lanes tomorrow.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Just have to survive if I get to the finals. Final step 1 and 2, but I'm confident.
What happens if you make the final and we're streaming it, and all of a sudden there's a problem? Can I call you back?
Yeah.
Simon, just hang on a minute. Come and get the stream going, otherwise we can't film your big win here.
Yeah. Front 9, yeah. Yeah, there's a problem. Oh. Okay, come. First ball after I come back at the lane. Pocket 7-10. Fuck.
We're a pair of dreamers, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know we're going to be sat here.
As long as the record is still going, no problem.
You, me and Brian Voss sat here commentating. Unless Voss is in there. Which he probably will be. .246 for Chewy, John Chew. 2:38 for Craig Farr. Sam Rose can tap out for a 2:26.
A lot of 9s for Sam.
A lot of 9s from a lot of players.
Yep. Including me.
Well, the lanes are a bit fried at this stage.
You have to go very deep and very straight to the pocket. But not too straight, else you will get 10 pins again.
See, I don't understand why a lot of bowlers don't have an A, B and a C game, and your A or your B or your C is usually forward roll. You play your normal shot, and then there's always a time where you've got to get forward revs on it just to push down that lane and cut through the patchiness.
Yeah. And I'm practicing a lot on my forward roll right now. I've played a lot of sideway, but last couple of months it's probably the most forward I have ever played.
Yeah?
Yeah.
195 for Chaz. And a well-earned 195. Clean game all the way through. 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. Strike 9 spare, strike 9 spare, strike 9 spare, strike.
Yeah. That's why have to be the last
Oh,
one?
8.
8.
8
Yeah.
at the end.
Why not 9?
Typical.
Sam has only 9 or spare.
190 for Dan Balsam.
And yeah. Chewy also.
We'll see what's happening up the top end there. Give you a quick look at the crowds watching the bowling today. Getting busier all the time. And regular Joes coming into the centre down to this end just to see what's going on. Watch some of the good bowlers in action. And at the other side, a lot more people watching. Very busy in Leisureplex today. So Robert Lynn to finish up on the featured pair with a 9 count and a 189. That concludes the action at this side of the house. Just got 5 and 6 to bowl another frame. So what time are we back?
For the Desperado, we will be back at 15:45.
15. Eh?
We first get Desperado.
Oh, Desperado, yeah. Quarter to 4 we'll be back. That's not long, is it? 15 minutes. 20, 30 minutes. So just about done. Joe Alsibrook finishing up. Uh, 2-0 for Joe, I think. Yeah, about 2:04.
The winner of Malta last year just joined us next to us. He was back at the hotel at 6 this morning.
Spending some of his 400 euros he won yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of it, probably all of it.
No.
Blew his wad in a night.
It will be Sunday.
Yeah. So just Matt Forsyth to finish up now, and that will conclude qualifying for 2015. And there'll be a short break while we find out who's made it through and who hasn't. And those who haven't are likely to be back on the lanes, paying their 50 euros for one game and a chance of 4 places in the final. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back very soon. So don't go away.